Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. I'm Jeanette, I'm the Project Junkie. Got a special thing for you today. This tutorial is beginner friendly, very easy to make, takes about an hour depending on how fast you crochet, can be turned into anything, and is extremely collectible because we all know people collect the gnomes, so why not add crochet gnomes to their collection? You don't have to worry about making faces. You don't have to worry about attaching safety eyes. This is a perfect on-the-go project that you can take with you on the bus, on the plane, in the car if somebody else is driving. Doesn't take an extreme amount of colors. Can even use scrap yarns for it. I have used the Posh yarn from Joann's. I love that yarn. So pretty, so soft, and you can still make small things with the details. Here they go. Here is my Franken gnome. And my witchy gnome. Christmas isn't too far away, so you should be starting to think about those Christmas markets because you don't have a lot of time to prepare. And here's my Christmas tree gnome. Fruit gnome. Here's my strawberry gnome. And these are just the everyday collectible gnomes. Look how cute they are. They have a little bit of different hat trim on them. This one, it's just chain stitched and crocheted in. This one has the turned up hat. This one is just a favorite college ball team. And cowboy gnome. And this one is a gift for one of my kids from a previous job. I can't even hold them all. Look at this. I love them all. Have a market coming up in a couple of weeks, and I intend to put those in my market. And I haven't quite decided on a price yet, but I'm thinking real hard about being $12. And like I said, you can make them in about an hour. They start going quite a bit faster after you've made a few. But today's tutorial will show you how to do that. Comment below if you would like me to release a PDF pattern for it. Otherwise, we are making this pattern on the go as we are taping this video. So let's get into this video. Enjoy, take a picture, leave it in the comments below. I want to see what your gnomes look like. For this project, you will need your crochet hook. I'm using a 4mm. You will need a darning needle, a pair of scissors. You will also need a little bit of stuffing and some tweezers. And your yarn colors of choice. I'm using the Posh yarn from Joann's. We're going to start with the hands. Just make a magic ring. And put 6 single crochet into the magic ring. And pull your tail closed. And I like to hook them up. And then I leave a tail for sewing. And then you need to make another one. So you need 2 of these. And then you need a nose, whichever color you prefer to make the nose. And for this, we're just going to make a slip knot. And we're going to crochet 2 chains. And then into that first chain, we're just going to crochet a single crochet and back through until we get the size of nose that we want. Just going to go back and forth. Making a single crochet, and that's pretty good. I'll leave a tail so that I can sew that on. You only need 1 of those. Now you need the beard color. For the beard, you're going to make a slip knot and chain 7. And then in the second chain from the hook, I'm going to make single crochets. Get to the end, chain 1, skip that first stitch, five in that one, chain 1, turn, three in that one, chain 1, two, chain 1, and there's your beard. And I leave a long tail because I like to sew it all the way around. I'm going to take my nose, and I'm going to put it right at the top of this little triangle and just sew it on. If it looks a little odd or not round, you can just round it up with a few stitches. And turn it to the back, tie a knot, and trim your tails. And that is your beard and nose. And set that aside. We need to decide which color we want to use for the hat and for the clothes. We'll make the sleeves next, and you do that by making a magic ring. Single crochet 5 into the magic ring. those together. And then I tighten this and do my best to turn that right side out. And then for row 2, it's just single crochets all the way around. And there's only 5. Make sure you get that turned right side out because it is difficult to do because it's so small. Okay, then we're going to do row 3, another row of 5. Row 4, another row of 5. And then row 5, another row of 5, or 6, whichever it is I'm on. And the last stitch, do a slip stitch. You need to make 2 of these. Magic ring and 5 single crochets into the magic ring. I'm going to pull that tail right up through the top. I'm going to take one of my hands and pull that through the top. Hand kind of fits in the sleeve. And in a different spot, I'm going to pull the other tail up. Tie that in a knot. So there you have one hand in a sleeve. And I'm going to cut those tails. And you need to have 2 of these. Set those aside. Now we're going to make the body. You you start that by making a magic ring, and you want this to set flat so that it sits by itself without dumping over. So we're going to start with 8 single crochet into the magic ring. Join those together. Row 2 will be an increase in each stitch, so you'll have 16 stitches. And I use an invisible increase just because I like it. Now the row 3 is a single crochet and an increase, single crochet and an increase. You should have 24 stitches at the end of this row. Stitch count is not extremely crucial on this project. So if you have a couple of extra or a couple smaller, it's not going to make a lot of difference. Okay, we're ready to start row 4. And if you want to, you can put a stitch marker in, but this really isn't necessary. So then we're going to do 5 single crochet. And then we're going to add our foot color. And I'm going to use red for the foot color. Just hook that in there. Chain 1, loop over. We're going to do a bobble stitch here, and I only use a 4 loop bobble stitch. I don't know if that's the right word or not. And front loop only. Pull it up. There's 2, 3, 4, and then I like to close them all up and chain 1, and then down here I'm going to hook that into the next single crochet, and I'm going to pull up my green. How I'm going to attach them. And then I'm going to do 5 single crochet in the green.
5th stitch, I'm going to pull my red over and pull that red through, chain 1, and then the next stitch we're going to do that 4 bobble stitch for the next foot. Front loop only. Pull this down into the next single crochet. Bring the green back over. Red, and I'm going to tie it together back here. I'm not going to tie that real tight, I'm just going to make sure that it doesn't come out. Okay, now all the rest of the stitches in the circle are single crochets. Okay, then we're going to do single crochet in each stitch. Get here where you changed color. Single crochet and then go find the back loop of that bobble stitch. It'll be there. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find. There's only one, so then hook into this, and then you do 5 single crochet, find that back loop again. Single crochet, continue single crocheting until you have 8 rows. You add these, you should have 10 rows. This is what 10 rows looks like. When you get to the 10th row, and see where you want to put your arms. crochet them right in. And that's not real easy to do. But like I said, it's not crucial. And then when you get around to the front in the same row, see where you want your beard. Crochet that in as well. Okay, now we're at the other side. Grab the other arm. It can sometimes be a little hairy getting through there. And you can just sew these on if you want. I usually use 3 stitches to sew those on, or to crochet those in. And then continue with your single crochet to about halfway through the back. When you get back here, you do a decrease and a single crochet. Grab your stuffing. Grab your stuff. And stuff your little body. And then do a decrease all the way around. Okay, now that part is not crucial. Okay, so now you have your tails from your beard. I'm just going to stitch that beard down, and if you don't like the arms sticking up like this, then you can just stitch those down too as you go. Okay, and there you have body. Now for the hat. Start with a magic ring and do 4 single crochets into the magic ring. Then we're going to do a single crochet and an increase. And a single crochet and an increase. Here's where I like to tighten this up and turn it. Try to get that point on there. Then we're going to do another single crochet. We're just going to start doing a single crochet and an increase. Two single crochets and an increase. Three single crochets and an increase. Four single crochets and an increase. Four single crochets and an increase. Continue doing this until you have a total of 10 rows. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 single crochets and an increase. Four single crochets and an increase. Okay, when you get 10 rounds, now you need to decide what kind of hat that you want to put on there. You can keep increasing a little more often, like do 3 single crochets and an increase, and that will cause this to fan out like kind of like a witch hat. And then you can roll up the side or roll up the top, roll up both sides, however you want. I believe I'm going to leave mine just like this because I haven't done one like this yet. And I'm going to leave a long tail so I can sew that on. Close that up in there, and then I'm going to set this right here, right on top, right like this. And I'm going to sew that on to the body. First, I'm going to cut that tail because it's in the way. I usually go up here on the next row up and sew it this way. Make sure I cover the shoulders because they're not real smooth. I just make sure I cover all my rough edges down there. You can always go in and add another stitch if it's not covering as well as you want it to. And then when I get almost to the end, I take a little bit of stuffing and I push it up there in that hat. It makes the hat hard to hold on if you stuff it before you start sewing. And I don't stuff it too terribly much. And then I continue to sew. And get that sewed on. After you get that sewed on, you can decorate this hat any way you want to. And I'm just going to turn this one into a strawberry. Just make a few seeds up here. I'm just kind of randomly placing these. Don't want too many, don't want too few. Looks like I'm running out of yarn. Sure did. Hide the tails. Now we have a strawberry gnome.
This is my first mega order, and I am just beginning this order. I have to make 50 of these. Stay tuned to the next video to see what it is I'm making, and I'll give you a tutorial on how to make these. 50. I have never had an order for 50 before. So I'm kind of a little excited about it, and I'm kind of a lot nervous if I can get them all done. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.